being there where it happens. Not planning it so much, but seeing what happens, you know, how art can lead people and its surroundings. So in 2013, we started the first edition. Also 4 days, around October, end of October, lying on the streets. Very, very nice. We were happy. Cold, but happy. Because it is cold. You're actually quite lucky. I mean, it's really lovely in Stavangeru. It's not windy and rainy. So yeah, and but the festival is that's the main aim. But also the festival is to explore the relation between the moving image, between the architecture, between the sound and the image and the architecture. And with this as a frame, you can say, for the festival. After living in Berlin, or I am still living in Berlin, I come home a lot, and I was wondering, walking around in this part of the city and looking at the old industrial port, and it's amazing, massive surroundings. And not the question, but I was, you know, this times we're living in today, you know, with the whole financial crisis, you know, giving this tension in Europe and changing our perception and our identity as workers, as the whole industrial culture is being totally, it's changing, it's stressing and giving us some fear. It's creating fear. And also Stavanger is a city that is built on oil and it's been living in a lovely bubble for a long time. A good one, you know, we're all benefiting from it, cultural field as well. It's now feeling it as well. So when I came back to Stavanger, walking around the city and hearing that things are changing, that this whole, what's the industry about now? You know, what are we going to do? What brings tomorrow? And I was looking at this whole industrial port, all these canning factories, all the old working culture that we have in the city. It's changed with the oil. So did the architecture. So did the people and the identity of the people with their work. And now it's changing again. So this was the point of departure also when I thought, okay, this is going to be about labor. This is going to be about in the city. Labor in the city and labor in the city, two things that you don't see in the streets. You usually don't walk around. The old port, the Nedre Banegata, the Petersgata, you know, all these places in the city where as inhabitants, not only as just inhabitants, you really kind of forget about it. It's there and it has a story, layers of stories. Then I went back to Berlin and I was like, who's working with this? And of course, Antje Ekman and Harun Farouqi's work has been an inspiration for me for a long time, and they've been exploring this theme for many, many years. And I imagine, you know, how can I present this in public space, and how can I, you know, who else is working with this theme? And Katarina Pisey's work as well, and Rosa Barba. And doing this research, I also came along this amazing team from the Czech Republic, from Olomouc, the PAF, Festival of Film and Animation. And together we were talking about, okay, how can we do a collaboration, you know, inviting Czech artists, Norwegian artists to Czech Republic. And we created this project called the Festivals of Live Cinema, because that's what we also do, you know, we're exploring the expanded cinematic experience and the medium and how this can be presented in a new way, or at least challenging the way we present it. So we were very lucky, we received a grant, and we started to think about how we can do this. I went to Prague and Olomouc, visited some artist studios, and also Martin Maznek came over here, artists came over here, which was selected. And they explored the city and they walked around and yeah, I gave them pretty much free, like, go around, see what inspires you, how do you feel the city, what can you do with it. So they created some amazing work which I'm so proud to present, and all new commissioned work. And the ones that are not commissioned, they are gluing it together, I think, and I hope you also appreciate that. That it reaches you. So let me please thank the artists for contributing the work and their visions, the way they see and perceive our world today, you know, because that's what it is. And back to what you were explaining, Erika, that we're going to also talk about tomorrow, labor and the artists, and how the artists see themselves as workers or performers or something to. Because in a way, we see the artist is also part of the society, but sometimes also an observer, you know, and that's something I'm, as a creator, you know, I'm interested to see how do you, as an artist, see yourself today in this climate. Yeah, so thank you all for contributing to the program, and thanks the team from Olomouc for being amazing to work with and putting in all this, you know, all this effort and so we could create this program together. Martin, Sasha, Mari, Michaela, Adriana. Yes, and also, you know, this you were explaining about the model, about for those who didn't understand the Swedish. He was mentioning that this is also the model of the festival is to collaborate with different venues in different parts of the city. And where we are now, Tösene has been for a long time a partner in different projects, and Rogaland Kunstcenter as well. Super.